This is the BMW X5 competition. It is the blown-up version of the blown-up version of BMW's immensely popular and full-blown SUV, the X5. It gets the engine out of an M5, it sits on really silly low-profile tires, and it weighs over 2.3 tons. So it's a perfect coming together of numbers that make it a complete nutcase of a car. But is it nutcase in a good way or otherwise? There's only one way to find out. These kind of vehicles are kind of unnecessary in my book, but that's purely because I'm not a buyer of such kind of products. Had there not been a strong business case or great demand, BMW would not even make something like the X5M competition. And the fact remains that the margins with these kind of cars are much higher than any of the regular bread and butter models. Having said that, I really think that performance of such explosive levels is great in a sports car or a power saloon like the BMW M5. But in an X5, it's literally cartoonish. Now, this is the ultimate version of the X5 and it costs a pinch under 2 crore rupees without any taxes. So if at this price level, there is anything that BMW has missed out on in terms of features, that's going to be really shameful, right? So expectedly, the X5M competition gets almost everything that really is becoming the norm these days. And on the equipment list, there is everything really. There are adaptive LED headlights, then you get ambient lighting for the exterior, there is panoramic glass roof that you get, and then there is also a split tailgate. So something that BMW has taken from Range Rover. But then, you have better flexibility and it can also serve as a picnic table. So that's not bad. And on the inside, it gets all the power functions for the seats, for the steering wheel, everything. And the seat, they also massage you. And they massage you in 8 different ways. So you can choose which specific part of your body you want to be pressed on. They also come with the heating function, and I don't really want to rant about it because this is a direct import model. This is a CBU, so I'm going to forgive it for that. But heated seats, in my book again, does not really make sense for India. And you also get wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto and all the other comfort and convenience items that you can really think of. This touchscreen, it's nice and big and responsive, and the display right in front of you, behind the steering wheel, that is also extremely crisp and delivers all the messages and gives you all the information that you really want. And while the interior of this BMW is fairly simple and literally exactly like most of the BMWs, there is no getting away from the fact that it is really high on quality and it's extremely comfortable. In fact, these seats, they enhance the comfort factor immensely. The head restraints, however, they are a little questionable, not the best, both at the front and the rear. They're not the best designed ones. Otherwise, the seats are amazing in every aspect and really very nicely cushioned as well. Then you get to suggest that this is an M product. You get the M stitching on the seat belts, and the general look of the cabin is nice and plush thanks to the color of the upholstery. You get a contrasting treatment over here. It's all black at the top half, and then you have white at the bottom of the dash, and as you can see, the seats are all white with a thin strip of black running in the middle. BMW also gives you ultrasound-based park assist system, but they have crucially missed out on the lane keep assist. And that is something which I don't understand because this is a flagship of a flagship. And I guess this is just one thing that I can complain about when we talk about the features or the interior as such. So should not have been missed. I think because a lot of manufacturers now are giving lane keep assist, this also should have had it. This is not your regular X5. This is the X5M competition. So it's worth 25 horses more than the regular M. And to remind you that it's a rather special X5, you have these bright red buttons right here on the steering wheel labeled M1 and M2, and there is a button down here as well in the center panel which has M mode written on it. So you can have your M presets for the M1 and M2 buttons, and pressing on the M mode button down here is going to give you an option of road, which keeps all the assistance available, and then there is sport, which basically turns the driver assistance off, and if you keep the button pressed for a little while, it is going to get you in the track mode, and it says that you should not use that on public roads. Of course, we did not. But more interesting to me is the setup button. That is also a button that you get over here in the central panel. You can alter the ferocity of the engine, of the chassis, of the brakes, of the steering, go from efficient driving all the way to full-on sporty experience. And the standard four-wheel drive, that can be changed to the sport setting by turning the DSC off. So that's when the car gets into its full M dynamic mode. The X5M Competition borrows the engine from the brilliant M5 Saloon. So this is a 4.4 litre V8 that does 625 bhp, which is 25 more than the regular X5M, and it also delivers 750 Newton meter. So in this application, despite the fact that it is a really heavy car, almost 2.3 tons, this huge power is really needed to satisfy the drag racing enthusiasts out there. And the BMW claims that the X5M Competition is going to do 0 to 100 in about 3.8 seconds. We ran a 4-second time, so to believe BMW's claim, yeah, I have no doubt that this thing is going to hit 0 to 100 in 3.8 seconds. We just need a few more runs and we will pretty much be there, I guess. Now this engine comes mated with the brilliant 8-speed torque converter, and it has 3 shift modes. The button is basically right here, right next to the parking button that you have on the shift lever itself. And you can go from road to sport to track. So basically everything to suit any kind of your mood, be it regular road use or be it full attack mode on a track. But having said everything, it is basically the performance from this engine. It is just relentless. It's extremely consuming, and every time you get on the loud pedal, you will have as loud a laugh as the exhaust itself. But it's the way the X5M Competition really feels when you aim it into some bends, and that experience is something else. The steering is dead accurate. It is not all that feelsome as such, but the way this heavy machine changes direction is just mind-boggling. If you're being overexcited around any curve or a nice flowing bend, the car has a system where it is going to apply brakes on the inside wheel so that your trajectory of motion is completely in check, and the car kind of tracks the same arc which is intended through the steering wheel. But as good as the X5M Competition is to drive, and both in a straight line and around some bends, you can't really go and do long distance interstate travels. I recently drove through the state of Uttarakhand, and while the roads have become immensely better than what they were a few years ago, they're still going to be quite challenging in this car because the suspension, even in its most comfortable setting, is quite firm, and you're going to feel every little thing on the road through the tires. I suspect that it is going to crash a fair bit because there is hardly any give in the suspension, and because the M Competition is really rapid, that coupled with the unforgiving suspension setup, it'll give you an unpleasant experience in the cabin, I believe. And a good part of that unpleasantness is essentially down to the tires. The X5M Competition rides on 295 35 R21s at the front and 315 30 R22s at the rear. That's 30, that's basically like this much rubber in height on the wheels at the back. So this is perhaps best for that flashy office commute for the rich and famous, or maybe a night drive out with friends. And that is exactly how I expect this car to be used for the most part. And I think it really is a flash item. It is comfortably over 2 crore, and for that money, you are looking at some really exclusive names. Let's face it, if you want an X5 that is stupidly good and excitingly fast, just buy the regular X5 and you're going to be absolutely sorted. That 3-liter petrol engine, it's creamy, it's rapid, it's fast, it's beautiful, and yeah, it's all the performance that you really need. It is all the real performance that you are ever going to really use. But if you really want this level of performance and you really want to enjoy it, you really want to soak in all that performance, just go and buy the M5.